Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun will leave the company at the end of the year. He addressed his departure and succession on our air yesterday.
I want somebody who knows how to handle a big, long cycle business like ours. It's not just the production of the airplane. It's the development of the next airplane. Our next leader is going to develop and call out the next airplane for the Boeing company. It'll be a $50 billion investment. That will all happen on that next leader's watch. So I would like somebody who clearly has the experience inside our industry.
The chairman of the board and president of Boeing Commercial Airlines are also leaving the aerospace giant as part of the shakeup. And joining us right now with more on the company's path ahead is Paul Argenti. He is professor of corporate communications with Dartmouth's Tuck School of Business. Paul, the last time you were on with us, you said that you thought Dave Calhoun needed to step down. What do you think of this announcement?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's too little too late in some sense. One of the problems that I see with it is that he's not stepping down till the end of the year, and the succession plan is not firmly in place. I mean, I think the obvious person that they were thinking about was Stephanie Pope. She was the COO and is now in charge of the commercial business that they will have to take forward. The good news is they did make some changes, right? I mean, a new board member who will look at the next CEO. But it really doesn't bode well when your customers don't want to talk to the current CEO, and he's going to be there for 9 more months. That is not what I would call a shakeup. It's a very slow shakedown. And I'm curious as to why they are taking so long to get this done.
What do you think, if anything, regulators will have to say about this? Because Boeing is not your typical company. This is very important, obviously, to national transportation and defense.
Yeah, I think overall people are going to be happy that there are changes coming. I think that a lot of people are going to be frustrated, as I am, that it's not going to be coming sooner. And big questions about who that person is that Calhoun was talking about. I mean, there was some idea that Stephanie Pope would be that person. I mean, she was a CFO, as now running businesses and has some experience. But is she that person who can take 170,000 employees in a company that is in free fall and one of our country's most important assets forward? That's going to be a very tall order for anyone who steps into that job.
What qualifications do you think the next CEO needs?
Needs to be a great manager. I mean, this is an organization that needs to be cleaned up. I think the problems were systemic. They're rooted deeply in the organization's culture. Even the idea that, a former CFO would become chief operating officer shows that they are much more financially oriented than quality oriented. How they pull all of that together in a short period of time is going to be one of the great management stories of this decade. And I think they need to find someone fairly quickly to get the job done. I am surprised that Calhoun is taking so long. As you know, he had like a very long runway. They extended the retirement age for him, and he wasn't planning to leave. But it still seems like he's leaving, screaming and kicking out of the office.
Paul, we all go back to the Tylenol scare, and we look at, some of the legendary CEOs and how they handled things. I don't think there's anything that compares to this, the kind of long-range expertise in near-term things you need to do, but also long-term. It seems much more complex, and it would take a lot more than, recall all the, Tylenol. Let's, try to assuage everyone's concerns about it. And, that was over in a month. This is not going to be over for 5 years.
Yeah. It was also done at a different time, Joe, when, you could take a month to get the job done. And now people want answers very, very quickly, and they want to know exactly what you're going to do to solve the problems. You're right. This is maybe the most daunting management task we've seen. I mean, I can't think of anything quite on the same level. I guess coming back from the financial crisis and some of the magic that people like Jamie Dimon gave us is a model for us. But this is a much more complicated situation, given you have problems with the current products. He is talking about trying to develop future products. And you have an organization that needs to be completely rethought in terms of the top management team, as well as the board. I mean, all of those people have been there from the very beginning, going back 5 years and through all the crashes. So a lot of house cleaning to do, a lot to make up for in terms of time. Honestly, it's not a job that a lot of people are going to be able to do or even be excited about doing.